to everyone. Welcome to Falling into the Arms of God. Meditations with our beloved Saint Teresa of Avila. This is your Pastor Yeti. The living water. To the other fountain, the water comes direct from its source, which is God, for the water is flowing all the time. Jesus told the Samaritan woman, "Whoever drinks of this water will never thirst." John 4:14. As we journey deeper into our interior castle, our thirst begins to change. Slowly, we'll leave the yearnings for the material world behind as we acknowledge that our throat is always parched and never satisfied. We turn ever more faithfully toward the divine source, thirsty for real water. Our commitment to our soul growth now begins to flourish, and it may feel as though we are being carried on a flowing stream with little effort on our part. This is the eternal spring, said Teresa. This is God satisfying the real things, the real thirst of the soul. Teresa distinguished between striving to come to God and to know God and allowing God to come meet us. When we strive, she said, it is like a vessel being filled with water coming from far away. Many aqueducts and other ingenious inventions are needed to guide the water and keep it flowing toward and into the vessels. This process, she says, is comparable to using various meditation techniques and intellectual faculties to reach God. It is through our own effort that we bring our human nature to the divine. And as Teresa experienced, it can be quite noisy. When God comes to meet us, there is no need for aqueducts or any other means of assistance. The vessel is effortlessly being filled by the divine and flowing spring. It need not travel long distances, since the wellspring is right there. This produces the greatest peace and quiet deep within the soul. There is no effort and no noise, only a feeling of sweetness incomparable to anything the soul has ever known. And then, said Teresa, this feeling, this living water, flows through all the dwelling places of the soul, filling all the faculties and reaching the body itself, the whole being, mind, body, and soul, overflows with spiritual delight. And this is a gift, wrote Teresa, that has its source in God and ends in ourselves. As this living water flows through us, it cleanses our soul, and we can find ourselves armed with an even more resolute desire to follow the divine will. Fear has no place here, and whereas before we may have secretly feared what God had in store for us, we now understand that only good can arise from drinking this living water. The soul recognizes the real thirst and the real water. Having to fear, the vessel continually experiences the abundance of the overflowing spring. Those small and large miracles in our lives occur so naturally. If, however, Fear snakes back in, as it's wont to do. Back we go to mending the aqueducts. But take heart, said Teresa. Our God will revisit when we least expect it. All we can do is prepare the way and know that we are making our way home at the place that God desires. Bring yourself into the presence of love. Knowing that it is right there for you. Let go of all your spiritual efforts, all your desires, and your will to know God. Simply rest in your being. Allow the waters of love to fill your soul and body. Know that you need never thirst again. May you find peace within. Blessings. This is your Pastor Yeti.